Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending when you are. I hope you and your family are safe and well. Welcome to the Vietnam Digital Learning Innovation Fund Pilot Launch event, Embracing Digital Learning in a Post-COVID World, organized by British Council Vietnam and National Foreign Language Project, Ministry of Education and Training. I'm Van Hoàng, Director of Education and Society, British Council Vietnam, and it's my great honor to welcome you to the launch today. So before we start, I would like to note on some of the housekeeping rules. Firstly, this webinar is being recorded. And secondly, you can submit questions in the Q&A chat box on the right-hand side. And after the event, we will share the recording and summary report with everyone. Dear participants, the British Council has collaborated closely with the Ministry of Education and Training and the National Foreign Languages Project on a wide variety and programs to improve the standard of English language teaching, learning, and in the state primary and secondary school, university, vocational school throughout the country. So the collaboration is strengthened in the recent years in response to the implementation of Vietnam 2025 foreign language strategy on shifting the country performance of English proficiency in order to meet with the Vietnam economic development, global and regional integration. Our collaboration with NFLP is framed within a framework of uh, the Vietnamese government, the Ministry of the Vietnamese government uh, and the UK government, the MOC Memorandum of Collaboration between British Council and the Ministry of Education and Training. So in response to the impact of COVID-19, MOET, NFNP, and British Council are keen to accelerate the focus of digital innovation as part of a wider strategy toward more equitable access to education provisions and Vietnam Digital Learning Innovation Fund pilot. And today, we gather here virtually to launch the LEAP project and bring in the PLT expert practitioners on embracing digital learning in a post-COVID world. I'm so thrilled to welcome more than 200 participants from different universities in Vietnam and UK, from school, from Department of Education and Training, Ministry, and especially I would like to welcome our distinguished guests. I would like to welcome Sir Steve Smith, UK International Education Champion, Ms. Donna McGowan, Director, British Council Vietnam, Associate Professor Pham Quang, Director General, International Collaboration Department, Ministry of Education and Training, Dr. Mai Hiu, Director of National Foreign Languages Project, Ministry of Education and Training, Associate Professor Vũ Thị Tú Anh, Deputy Director General, Department of Continuing Education, and Mr. Đặng Văn Bình, Deputy Director General, Department of Teacher Training, Ministry of Education and Training. So to officially start our event, I would like to invite Associate Professor Pham Quang, Director General, International Collaboration Department, Ministry of Education and Training, to deliver his welcome remark. Over to you, Associate Professor Hưng.
Thank you very much. Dear Sir Steve Smith, UK International Education Champion, dear Ms. Donna McGowan, Director British Council Vietnam, dear Ms. Jonathan Stewart, Director British Council North Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests from the UK and Vietnam. I'd like first to thank all honorable representatives and guests from the UK, from their branch in Vietnam, units from MOET, DOS, universities, public, private, high school for their appearance today to witness the launch of the Vietnam Digital Learning Innovation Fund pilot project and panel discussion on embracing digital learning in the post-COVID world. As you all know, this post-COVID-19 world is facing challenges, but also creates opportunities for teachers, students, schools, and education management units. In Vietnam, for over a year, the teaching and learning have been in place, even though the student did not go to school. Vietnamese schools have continuously searched for alternatives such as online and tele-learning, with the aim of consolidating knowledge and maintaining discipline among students through the pandemic. Therefore, we recognize and highly appreciate the support from the UK through the Digital Learning Innovation Fund. The 3 pilot projects, including the Digital English Theatre project, online CPD and mentoring for grade 6 teachers, and Vietnam Virtual Exchange for English language teachers, are all high-quality projects, representing the long-term commitment and strategic plan between the 2 countries, and will have the potential to better benefit Vietnamese teachers and learners. I'd like to thank the National Language Project and the British Council Vietnam for their effort in organizing this event, as well as many other events in the past few years. Since MOET 2019 visit to UK, the National Language Project and British Council have signed the Memorandum of Understanding and complete many categories within the time frame. Various conferences and discussions in the last 2 years, including VLAS 2019, which attracts over 200 representatives for many provinces, many language proficiency training courses for both official and continuous professional development courses for those key teachers and specialists. Teaching for successful training of trainer courses, etc. I believe that the National Language Project and British Council will continue to cooperate to ensure their effectiveness in creative opportunity impact on Vietnam language education. I'd like to reaffirm MOET encouragement and effort in bringing education institutions for Vietnam and UK together to cooperate and realize their vision to improve the quality of language education overall. I'd like to thank all of you on behalf of MOET for attending this launching ceremony today. I hope that the event will be successful, creating meaningful, impactful results for Vietnam language education. I wish all the representatives and guests great health and success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Associate Professor Pham Quang. It's so encouraging to hear the acknowledgement from the Ministry for the collaboration between UK and Vietnam in the area of ELT development. And it's now my great honor to invite Sir Steve Smith, the UK international champion, international education champion. Is also a very close friend to Vietnam. I would like to call on Sir Steve Smith to deliver his welcome speech. Over to you, Sir Steve.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Hung, for your insightful remarks. I'm really hopeful that we can continue in the direction of an ever closer relationship between our 2 countries, including in English language training and its applications in wider education and industry. I'd like to offer my thanks to the British Council Vietnam, the Ministry of Education and Training, the National Foreign Languages Project team in pulling together this exciting project, and I'm proud to be included in today's official launch. As the UK's international education champion, my role is to help sustain and build on our education partnerships at a senior level in 5 key global countries, including Vietnam, which highlights the importance we attach to your country and its prominent role within the wider ASEAN region. My first global engagement was actually at a virtual UK-Vietnam ELT workshop last September, at which I had the pleasure of engaging with NFLP Director Mai Hu and Vice Minister Phuc of MOET. And it was also at this event that initial contact between UK and Vietnamese providers of at least one of the three partnerships we have here today were established. Also, earlier this month, I had a very productive call with Vice Minister Lai at Vietnam's Ministry of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs, Melissa, on how we can continue to work together in the area of vocational skills. Today's theme of English language is also an important factor in industry training, and I'm truly encouraged to see the UK working with Vietnam in these closely linked streams of education, which will ultimately help Vietnam with its industrial prominence in the wider region. With over 18 million English language learners, approximately 72,000 English language teachers, and one of the most rapidly growing economies in Southeast Asia, Vietnam's potential for educational partnership and digital innovation in the area of English language training, teaching and learning is really significant. And the UK has a long-standing commitment to support the ambitions of Vietnam to raise proficiency in English language, drawing on the expertise and experience of the UK's world-leading ELT sector. This includes developing local teaching resources, training Vietnamese teachers of English, and connecting Vietnamese classrooms and students with those in the UK and around the world. Now, with the current global disruption to teaching, particularly the restrictions on face-to-face education at all levels, ministries from around the world are having to consider alternative online or blended methods of teaching, platforms for engagement and actual content. Once embedded, these will also be sustainable, viable frameworks for the future normal times to enable a wider, more inclusive education for all, which will help in social mobility and cohesion. So this is not just an interim measure, but a long-term solution. Combining the two elements of online and ELT will have to be carefully thought through and extensively trialled, but the long-term benefits will be enormous. And I'm pleased to see that the three UK-Vietnam partnerships are present with us today to offer an overview of their programs. Indeed, all three partnerships represent examples of UK and Vietnamese innovation, not only in the delivery of English language teaching and continuing professional development, but also in terms of their approaches to using digital technologies to extend the reach into all areas of Vietnam, including some of the more remote and disadvantaged. I'm sure that you're all excited to hear more details of each of these projects and to quiz them on their plans. And to conclude today's event, we have a panel of practitioners from the fields of both ELT and digital delivery, with representatives from the UK, including staff from the British Council and the Department for International Trade's ELT specialist, and from Vietnam. They are going to share their professional experiences and insights into how Vietnam is embracing both the challenges and the opportunities presented by digital learning, particularly in light of the pandemic. I'm sure it will make for a most enlightening discussion. Finally, I do hope that, travel restrictions permitting, I will be able to visit your inspiring country again towards the end of this year for what would be my 6th trip to Vietnam. Thank you so much, and it now gives me great pleasure to hand over to Donna McGowan of the British Council and Director Mai Hugh. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Steve Smith, for your insight, encouragement, and commitment to work on sharing UK expertise, bring in more UK knowledge, innovative and cutting-edge education technology to support the collaboration between UK and Vietnam in the ELT sector. And now it's my honor to invite Donna McGowan, Country Director of British Council of Vietnam, to have a few words.
Thank you, Vinay, and let me begin by acknowledging the presence of our distinguished guests, including Associate Professor Hung from MOET's International Cooperation Department, Sir Steve Smith, UK International Education Champion, Dr. Andrew Turner, Associate Pro Vice Chancellor from Coventry University, and Dr. Nguyen T. Mai Hu, Director of the National Foreign Languages Project. And huge thanks to both Associate Professor Hung and Sir Steve for being with us today and for their inspiring words of introduction. And Dr. Hung, I would like to pick up on your reference to the maxim that just because students may have to postpone going to school, it doesn't mean that we have to stop teaching and learning. And at the British Council, both in Vietnam and around the world, we've certainly embraced that notion. For example, we've moved our teaching centre operations online in record time and received very positive response to that move from both young Vietnamese learners and their parents. And we've also explored opportunities to continue the delivery of exams online. And in terms of teacher and learner development, we've ensured that our digital and social media channels, such as Teaching English, Learn English, and associated Facebook pages, have been used to promote the continuation of learning even while schools and universities have had to remain closed. And it's been noted by some of our global colleagues that Vietnamese teachers and learners have been particularly keen to take up our digital offers since the pandemic began some 15 months ago. And these have included visiting our various channels, participating in webinars, and in large numbers joining online MOOCs that have been made available. And this inherently Vietnamese appetite for continuity of learning, alongside a willingness to use digital and online means to do so, leads me to the reason why we're here today, namely to celebrate the official launch of our Vietnam Digital Learning Innovation Fund and 3 projects in particular. And in just a few minutes, you'll have a chance to hear from all 3 partnerships, each one comprised of experienced partners from the worlds of ELT and higher education from both Vietnam and the UK. And they will outline their ideas of collaboration, their digital innovations, and their plans for the next 12 months and beyond in terms of offering opportunities to both teachers and learners to develop their skills and capability. And it will be interesting to learn from them today, to follow their progress over the next 12 months, and to explore how their innovations can be scaled up and made sustainable in the future, leading to long-term transformation in the opportunities for English language teaching and learning in Vietnam. And it is clear to the British Council that, accelerated by the impact of COVID and the increased availability of technology, that the demand for more convenient, flexible products and services is driving changes in how people across the world, including here in Vietnam, access and consume educational and cultural content, with a distinct and rapid move from face-to-face to more online and blended content. And it's within this context that the final part of our event today, the panel discussion, will explore not only the educational and technological responses to COVID-19, but also the future opportunities in terms of ensuring that increasing digital provision of English language teaching and learning can be achieved in a way that makes access to education even more equitable in the future. And with that, I would like to thank each of you for attending today. I hope that you find the event informative and enjoyable. And I would also like to pay special tribute to our strategic partners in Vietnam, MOET and the NFLP, for their continuing support to the British Council in Vietnam, and indeed with the launch of this Digital Learning Innovation Fund. And you'll hear from NFLP Director Dr. Mai Hu in just a few minutes. And last but not least, I would like to wish all 3 Digital Learning Innovation Fund UK VN partnerships the very best of luck as you implement your projects over the next 12 months. We are genuinely excited to follow your progress and learn from your innovations in working with Vietnamese teachers and learners. And our teams in Vietnam and across East Asia are very keen to study the monitoring, the evaluation, and the learning from these 3 projects and assess to what extent these innovations can be scaled up and applied to other country contexts here in East Asia and beyond. So exciting times to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna, for sharing British Council commitment and also future plan of working collaboratively with NFLP. It's now my honor to invite Dr. Mai Hieu, our strategic partners and also director of the National Foreign Language Project, Ministry of Education and Training, to have her welcome remark. Over to you, Dr. Mai Hieu.
Thank you, Van Anh, and good morning, Sir Steve Smith. Nice to meet you online today again. And good morning to our partnerships, as well as the representatives from other organizations from the UK. And good afternoon, Dr. Associate Professor Dr. Pham from MOET, Ms. Donna McGowan from British Council Vietnam. And good morning on the representatives and participants from Vietnam who joined the launch of today. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. And it's my great honor to be here today to share with you a few words about the National Foreign Languages Project. And the NFLP is the Vietnam's government's initiative in improving the quality of foreign languages teaching in Vietnam. And the Ministry of Education and Training was assigned to implement the project in Vietnam. And we have implemented a number of measures, including improving and developing the curriculums of English foreign languages teaching in Vietnam, the training and educating the foreign languages teachers, improving the quality of assessment and testing, and also the last and not least, and many others as well. One other measures is to improve the infrastructure and the facility to apply technology into teaching foreign languages. And this match quite well with the challenges which we have faced in the COVID-19 situation. And I would like to take this opportunity to our special thanks to the UK and in general, and the British Council in particular for your support from the very beginning of the implementation of the project up to now. And this is in order to implement the project, we need a lot of support from different organizations in Vietnam and in different countries. And with your support, we have reached a number of objectives of the project, and we are implementing on our best effort to reach the objectives by 2025. And I must say that the British Council Vietnam is one of the one of the strategic organizations partnerships which have been in collaboration with us so far, not only in assessment and testing, but also in teacher education and training for the continuous professional development of the teachers in Vietnam. And we are now collaborating in a number of projects, and including the application of the technology to teaching English in Vietnam, and the 3 pilot projects today. I hope we believe that will cater for special outcome and for the implementation of the project. And not only the impact of the projects, not only on the implementation of the projects, but on the teaching of foreign languages in Vietnam in general, and like Donna McGowan mentioned, not only the impact not only in Vietnam, but we hope that the impact gonna be on the English teachings in other countries in the Southeast Asia as well. And I would like to say special thank to the 6 organizations involved in the 3 pilot projects of digital English 3 other project, online CPD and mentoring for primary English teachers, Vietnam virtual exchange for English language teachers, and for your support, your effort in the last months into implementing the expertise that improving the quality of foreign languages teaching in Vietnam. And we're looking forward to the outcome of all these projects, and I hope that we don't these 3 projects are the beginning, like that's the pilot, and we are expecting more from the support from UK in general, from British Council in particular, to implement other to support other same levels or high or larger scale projects like Z3 projects in Vietnam. And once again, I would like to say thanks to Sir Steve Smith for your support, Ms. Donna McGowan for your support as well, and the British Council Vietnam for your of this event together. And I wish on the event today a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mai Hills. And thank you all our guest speakers for your encouragement and also commitment of how we can work together to support Vietnam in its development of the ELT sector, building on the expertise and also the cutting edge of the UK ELT sector.